What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you live with another college basketball show. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. We're recording this first thing in the morning, so that's definitely not a beer. We have a really mid-Monday slate for college hoops today. I called it Mild Monday for the show. There's only 16 games on starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and only a few of them are watchable. A bunch of them aren't even on TV, so I cover the four that I think are popular / the ones I have betting angles for. Without any further ado, we'll jump right into it, starting with how we did on Saturday's videos. Baylor unfortunately went to overtime, and that is just where underdogs go to die. Duke plus 2.5. Probably should have covered, let the game slip away. About the last 5 possessions in a row, they came away with no buckets, turnovers, and they were just fouling Wake Forest way too much down the stretch. That ref was fairly loose with the whistle, in my opinion, but hey, what are you going to do? Duke should have covered. Bama plus 3. I was dead wrong. I'll own that. Kentucky, nice statement win in your own building. Pitt minus 2.5, the only thing on my first 5 that ends up cashing. Butler plus 5, unfortunately came nowhere close, but I was having a little rough afternoon, so we didn't even end up taking that one in Discord. Speaking of Discord, I am going to start grading the lean sheet here. If you see a purple D between the win-loss and the game we are talking about, that means we took it in Discord. Lean sheets results could have been a little bit better. 10-16 is disappointing, but I do really love that the fuck you Colorado State team total under every game play is hit. It is 4-0 since I chirped toast on Kyle Kerm's show. I also got to plug Kyle Kerm's show. You can find the link for it right down below here in the description because I am going to be on with him today live at 3 p.m. We'll see if Toast is there. He's been ducking me since the first show, and I definitely want to chirp him about that Colorado State team total. Keeping it moving, like I said, Saturday's first 5 record was not great. It went 1-4 for minus 1.7 units. The CBB Show record as a whole has been kind of spiraling on me. It really stinks. I hate when stuff like this happens, but we own our record. It's win or lose. 24-2-39 is just not good enough for minus 8.36 units. Discord season record isn't bad. It's 145-134 for minus 0.46 units. We're essentially even on the season heading into conference tournament time, where we'll be able to hopefully clean up on some futures in some conference tournaments and the NCAA bracket. Every week it's a process, and we're just trying to stay positive for as long as possible. So we'll keep it on moving off the record and right into today's picks. Starting with Drexel at Delaware at 6:30 p.m. over on CBS Sports Network. I am playing Delaware minus 2. I believe it's minus 2.5 now. I'm fine playing it there as well. I gave it out on the Discord at minus 2.5, but you only had to lay minus 105 to do it over on ESPN. DraftKings is currently hanging a minus 2 at minus 118, and FanDuel's hanging a minus 1.5 at the same price. If you're willing to drink that much juice, you should just go ahead and play the money line at minus 130 on FanDuel. Like I said, I made this official at minus 2.5 at minus 105. I'm fine playing this inside the 3 at anything at minus 110 or better. This is a big CAA tilt. The CAA is now the Coastal Athletic Association. It used to be known as the Colonial Athletic Association, if you remember that. There's 3 games left for both of these teams in the regular season, and the CAA tournament starts Friday, March 8th. Drexel is 10-5 in conference play and 17-11 overall. They're just 5-10 away from their building this season. Delaware is 9-6 in conference play and 17-11 overall as well, but 7-4 at home. Drexel is coming off of a 12-point thrashing at Hofstra. Drexel is playing some of their worst basketball of the season at the wrong time of the season. Drexel has dropped 4 of their last 6 games in 5 straight road losses. Drexel has not won on the road since January 13th. Delaware is looking for a home bounce back after getting thrashed by 18 to College of Charleston. And there's really not a ton of shame in that because College of Charleston is the top of the conference. Delaware was able to hand Townsend their first loss at home back on February 8th. They followed that up with a big home win against William and Mary in a predictable letdown spot. This is a big game for CAA tournament seeding as Drexel finishes with 2 home games and they are way stronger at home. Delaware definitely needs this win more and has been playing better basketball lately. That's why I took Delaware and laid the -2.5. But I think there's value in the under here as well. Drexel plays really slow and Delaware isn't in a particular hurry to move the rock either. Neither team fouls very much. They're good at defending vertically and both teams are sketchy at best from the free throw line. Both of these defenses are outstanding at guarding the 3 ball. Both of these teams like to work in the paint, and it'll be difficult to score down low for both of them. Delaware's over-under splits are 5 and 13 to the under as favorites, as opposed to being 8 and 10 against the spread as favorites. Drexel is 6 and 9 to the under this season as an away team, and they are 4 and 11 against the spread as an away team this season. Additionally, Drexel is 1 and 5 against the spread this season as a road dog. It is worth mentioning that they are 3 and 3 on the over-under splits as a road dog as well. Like I said, right now I have Delaware -2.5 locked in, and I lean the under 138.5. Not sure if I'm going to keep that or if I'm going to just let it pass. Moving right along, we got West Virginia at Kansas State University tipping off at 7 p.m. over on ESPN2. I'll be honest with you guys, I hate this game and I'm probably not going to watch it. Kansas State has a really tough barn. We all know that. West Virginia flat out sucks on the road. If you are into betting trends though, this one is worth talking about. West Virginia is absolutely atrocious against the spread on the road. They are 1 and 6 this year, and they have been an underdog every time. KSU doesn't have any standout home trends that are relevant to this game, but they are 7 and 8 against the spread at home. The one thing that is important to note here is that Kansas State is 2-0 against the spread as home dogs. Their final game of the regular season will be against Iowa State on March 9th, where they will likely be a home dog for the 3rd time this season. So that is something to keep circled on your calendar. Bottom line is I probably won't watch this one because there's not anything particularly interesting to me about this match. Both teams are just kind of playing out the season for pride, and I don't expect either to make noise in the Big 12 tournament. The Big 12 tournament starts on Tuesday, March 12th, for those of you wondering. Trends like KSU minus the 9.5, but I'm going to go ahead and pass on this for now until I get on with Kyle and see what everybody else has to say. Keeping this moving right on into Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Houston Christian, tipping off at 8 p.m. over on ESPN+. I know absolutely no one cares about this game except for degenerates, and I, however, find several reasons to like this game. Number one, it's actually on TV, unlike most of the other games from teams you've never heard of today. Number two, there's some really nice trends that correlate here. Number three, Texas A&M Corpus Christi is actually a really fun basketball team to watch, and I've seen several of their games this month. I've been saying this for a while now, and this might be a lesser known trend than the Minnesota against the spread trend, but Texas A&M Corpus Christi are against the spread monsters, being 17 and 6 this year, tied for 3rd most profitable team in the nation to blindly bet against the spread. If you're taking Texas A&M Corpus Christi against the number every single game, you are winning at a 73.9% clip. Houston Christian is 12 and 10 against the spread this season 6-3 is a home team, and they've been home dogs in every game, so they're 6-3 as home dogs as well. I found that interesting. Texas A&M Corpus Christi is 11-3 against the spread away, but only 3-2 as away favorites. So I wanted to check into some over-under trends as well, because I have had some success betting on Texas A&M Corpus Christi unders as well. Corpus Christi is 5-8-1 to the under as an away team, 2-3 to the under as an away favorite. Now that's a good thing. In over-under splits, over comes first, under comes second. So 5-8-1 means that 8 of their games went to the under, and 2-3 as away favorites means 3 of the 5 games went to the under. Houston Christian is 6-3 to the over as a home team, and obviously 6-3 to the over as a home dog. Whichever side you pick, there's good correlation with the score. If you like Corpus Christi, then you should also probably take the under. If you like Houston Christian, then you should probably take the over. Both of these teams love to bang down low in the paint and finish at the rim. Both teams suck from the free throw line, but Houston Christian will go to the line a lot more, and Corpus Christi will have a little bit more trouble getting there. Corpus Christi's defense should put the clamps all over this team and clean up the glass really well on both ends of the floor. They should also dominate the turnover battle. Both teams have a ton of freshmen, but Corpus Christi uses a lot of their bench. Houston Christian rarely uses their bench, and if they get into foul trouble, this game could get out of hand pretty easily. I lean Texas A&M Corpus Christi minus 12.5, but I've seen that number on the move. This is minus 13 and kind of picking up some steam. So I went ahead and played the under 151.5 on Discord. I do like A&M Corpus Christi. You guys know I'm just not super into laying double-digit spreads. But hey, blind betting this team has you up almost 74%, has you winning almost 74% of the time. Maybe a combination of taking the minus 12.5 and the under, or teasing them both to get a plus number, isn't a bad play here. Keeping it moving, we have the game of the night for sure, entertainment-wise. Baylor is going on the road to TCU and this one tips off at 9 p.m. on ESPN. I'm taking TCU and I'm laying the minus 2.5. I am still absolutely gutted from Saturday when Baylor went to overtime and blew our cover at home. TCU is coming off of a blowout home win versus Cincinnati that also unfortunately did not hit the over for me either on Saturday. The Big 12 is the toughest conference in college basketball by far. The fans and the home crowds are absolutely no joke. TCU has a very difficult barn and has only lost twice this year in their own building. Baylor has been pretty trashy on the road all season. TCU defends the 3 and the mid-range well, and that's where Baylor likes to shoot the majority of their shots. TCU likes to get inside and finish at the rim. Both teams are average at best at the free throw line and protect the ball well, so I don't see a huge free throw or turnover edge for either side. Baylor really struggles on the glass, especially on the road, so TCU should have the edge here. TCU is 9-5 against the spread at home and 8-5 against the spread as home favorites. Baylor is 5-2 against the spread away, but 2-2 against the spread as a road dog, and 3-4 against the spread as a dog overall this season. It should go without saying that this one actually matters for the conference tournament, unlike West Va versus Kansas State earlier. TCU, Baylor, and TTU all have the same conference record right now and are tied for third before tiebreakers. So these last few regular season games really do matter for your tournament seeding and how easy of a path you will have in the tournament. I don't think that the Horned Frogs get let down after beating the brakes off of Cincinnati. I think they come out on their own court and get another statement home W. And I think they do it by more than a full 3-point possession. So we'll lay the points. No lean sheet today because there's not much else on the slate worth talking about. So we'll wrap up Mild Monday right now. Drexel at Delaware tipping off at 6:30 p.m. Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. We're taking Delaware -2.5, and we also have a lean on the under 138.5. Westvaw at Kansas State tipping off at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. I'm passing on this game for now, but like I said, if I get talked into something on Kyle Kerm's show based on what Andy, Kyle, Scoop, and Toast have to say, I might change my mind on this one. Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Houston Christian. We're taking the under 151.5. I do also lean Texas A&M Corpus Christi, coughing up the 12.5 points. You guys just know I always have a difficult time laying double-digit spreads, especially on road favorites. So for now, the play is on the under and the lean is on A&M Corpus Christi minus the points. And wrapping up with the most entertaining game of the night, Baylor at TCU tipping off at 9 p.m. on ESPN. We are taking the Horned Frogs -2.5. That is going to be all the time I have for you guys. Be sure to check me out on YouTube. That's where this is posted. Be sure to check me out over on Land Your Bets. When Josh gets back from vacation, that's Land Your Bets. You can see the logo right up there in the corner. The link to his YouTube is in the description as well. You can check out my Discord for all my college basketball plays and soccer plays. Baseball season's coming up as well. I handicap baseball, MLS, Brazilian Serie A. There's always some sort of sport going on that we're handicapping over in the Burr Oaks Discord. It's a small group of people. It's cheap, and you get a 3-day free trial to figure out whether or not it's for you. Can't forget to plug my Bet US La Liga show as well. Flash Gordon, Klaus Germain, and myself do a live show every Thursday at 3 p.m. covering the entire La Liga slate for the weekend. I will be watching Girona versus Rayo Vallecano while I'm doing Kyle's show. Last but not least, I do 2-Foot Talk every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with my boy Young Leg. That is at TWO Foot Talk on Twitter. All of those live shows are archived on YouTube as well. Once again, as always, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so that you get all the notifications when I upload videos while Josh is out of town. Until then, that's it. That's all I got. That's Talking Hoops with Oaks. Peace. We out.